Good afternoon, or good morning, everybody, and welcome to Italy. It's round 2 of the European 250 Championship. Round 1 was 1 week ago, or 2 weeks ago, at Matterley Basin in Great Britain. Here we are at Trentino, the circuit of Pietra Marata. Temperature just starting to build nicely, and you have to see from those images that we just saw a moment ago that this venue, a stunning location, lots of lakes and mountains, lots of activities to do. Base jumpers on the horizon, and when we look out of the circuit here, but the cliffs, the Dolomite Mountains here, of which this track just kind of nestles within, is absolutely fabulous. And conditions have improved massively since yesterday. Our track crews have been out on track, and they are ready to go racing here. We've already had the second race of EMX 125 presented by FMF Racing. Next up is going to be EMX 250 Race 2. Here's how the riders will line up based on their groups yesterday. Roman and Mostlight was fastest in Group 1, and Nicola Pucci was fastest in Group 2. That's why they go first. Second fastest group gets the first nod. From that, we've got Roman and Mostlight, Nicola Pucci, Kevin Horgmo, Stefan Rubini, Alberto Ferraro, Pierre Goupillon, Giuseppe Tropepi, Mahe Villanueva, Carlos Sabalis, Ruben Fernandez, and the rest. And already we're down here on the gate with a 3:03. The championship leader, he went 1-1 at round 1 at Matterley Basin, and no wonder he's got a smile on his face, because he was also victorious yesterday. Took the lead from Rubini, who fell on lap 10 of 16. There is Rubini, the Honda Red Motor ASA Motor rider, the French rider, and he'll be looking to try and rectify that. He was looking solid up until that point. So too was Kevin Horgmo, actually, the Kramer Racing KTM rider. He pretty much pulled the whole shot. He crossed the line, he led for a lap. He dropped to second. He was there for 3 or 4 laps before Rubini and Ferraro came through, but Pierre Goupillon, he came home 4th, teammate to Rubini. And he is also going to be looking for a decent start. So too Giuseppe Tropepi and Roman Mostlight here for F&H Racing Team. The Dutch rider came home in 6th yesterday. He had an up-and-down race, actually. He started 6th, put himself up to 4th, then down to 5th, and then it was just up and down a little bit. Made a couple of mistakes in the latter stage of the race, fell from 4th, and that allowed Goupillon and Giuseppe Tropepi to go through. Ruben Fernandez, the SDM Corsa Yamaha rider, he placed 7th. Started 5th, lost a couple of positions during the course of the race. As we come into this second race, the final race of the weekend, there is a 24 of Kevin Horgmo. Alberto Ferraro, he's yet to be defeated. He's won all 3 races in the championship so far. Rubini now 17 points behind in 2nd. Pierre Goupillon is 3rd. There's René Hoffer, former 85cc European and FIM Junior World Champion. And he is lining up. He's, what, 7th in the championship at the moment, just 1 behind Kevin Horgmo. Giuseppe Tropepi made a good start yesterday. He was in amongst the front few riders for the Gidanelli Racing Team. Eventually picked his way up to about 5th place, which is where he finished in the closing stage of the race. There's Rubini. There's the 711 of René Hoffer. The fly race in 15-second board goes up then. For the second time today and the second time of the weekend for EMX 250, 25 minutes plus 2 is the duration of this EMX 250 race. Who will it be that grabs the whole shot here at the second time of asking? Gate about to drop. Now, one of the Hondas from the middle is Goupillon, and Rubini right there with him, and so too is the 211. So the 211 of Nicola Pucci, who was first in his group yesterday in time practice, gets a much better start than he did yesterday, because Lapucci could only manage 17th after a hard charge through the field yesterday on what was a difficult to pass racetrack. But Lapucci right there in 3rd just takes a look there on the KTM. But the 2 Honda Red Motor ASA Motor riders, 1st and 2nd. Lapucci is in 3rd. Tropepi with the white helmet is 4th. 5th is Hoffer. 6th, your championship leader of Alberto Ferraro as they drop downhill for the first time. Ruben Fernandez just behind them in that tight inside rut. In fact, both the SDM Corsa riders are right in there, but Josh Gilbert gets a better start as well. He fell at turn 1 yesterday with a whole bunch of people. So the Bill Base Honda rider, 10th position in the early stages of this opening lap as Ferraro gets very close to the 223 of Tropepi. Rubini looking to go around the outside of his teammate here. He may just let him have it as well. But you know what? There's no team orders between these two as well. First and fourth in the race yesterday. And in the championship, they are second and third. Both want to win it, of course. And Goupion just trips up in that turn. And Ferraro all of a sudden goes from about 7th to 3rd on this opening lap. Trepeppi is 4th. Lapucci is in 5th. There's René Hoffer, number 711. He's in 6th as they charge downhill. Then the 22, I think, of Gianluca Facchetti. So Facchetti didn't score. He came home in 22nd. But look at Ferraro up on the pegs. Knows every inch of this racetrack. Lives just about an hour or so away. Less than that. So the Mani Racing Husqvarna rider up into 2nd place. He has made light work of everybody on this opening lap. And he'll hit the line any moment now. 2nd behind Stefan Rubini on the Honda Red Motor Assa Motor machine. So Rubini leads, Ferraro is 2nd, Goupion is 3rd, Trepeppi 4th, Lapucci, Hoffer, Facchetti, Sabalis, Fernandez, Josh Gilbert in 10th position. 11th is Lorenzo Rivera, Glenn Mayer is 12th, Alessandro Manucci, Yuri Quati, Kevin Orgmo in 15th, Lion Florian, Rick Elzinger in 17th, Roman Papp, the French, Thibaut Beneston is 19th, and Van der Moosdijk is in 20th for F&H. Jimmy Clochet in 24th place as we look down the leaderboard. Raf Muirson, who went upside down in turn 1 yesterday, is 30th, just ahead of Rybo Dankas and Isaac Gifting. And Yeri Avisto doesn't look like he started, or he does actually, but he hasn't hit the 3rd sector, so Avisto having a nightmare. Rubini leads the way. He's 2nd in the championship, 17 points behind this guy here, the championship leader, Alberto Ferraro on the Mani Racing Husqvarna. These two led the pack yesterday until lap 10 when Rubini fell at the top of this next hill. Might have been the other hill actually, one of these uphills. Just lost the front on the way out, and as Alberto Ferraro came around, he saw the flag was out, and it was for Rubini, who was just picking himself up. But Ferraro, a man in a hurry here, muscles that 250 Husqvarna around like it's a wee little 65 machine, able to pick and choose his lines, stays on a clean line as well, no bumps, and look at that, just in the blink of an eye, Ferraro goes through, and Rubini, right, what's his reply? Nervous look over the shoulder from Alberto Ferraro as he takes the lead in that final turn. But Rubini now has Ferraro right where he wants him, because he can apply the pressure, maybe hope that he makes a slight mistake as he tries to at least haul back 3 points in this race. But both riders would love these conditions, hard and slick in the majority of the racetrack here, stony underneath. But the week of rain that we had leading into the event here, you can see, has done the track a whole world of favours as well, because we have the depth in the ground, the moisture is in the ground. The organisers here, the track crews, haven't even had to water throughout the weekend. So that's how much water is in the earth here. Pierre Goupion, the 720, he's in 3rd. He's got Trepeppi just behind him. Then we've got René Hoffer going through there on the number 711. Just behind him, Nick Lapucci. So Lapucci on the stills, Dr. Jack KTM. And we've got yellows. Who is it that's gone down here? Oh, it's Ferraro. Ferraro, so the compliment and the favour has been exchanged here, because Rubini now leads. Ferraro is under pressure. He's in 2nd. But Pierre Goupion looking to strike and help his teammate out. And there's Giuseppe Trepeppi as well. So Trepeppi for Giudinelli Racing, Yamaha. Slight error for the 303 of Ferraro. He set the fastest lap last time around, a 1:44.4, and that was finding his way past Rubini, the then race leader. But he's fallen, he's made a mistake, he's picked himself up. And now it's his turn to have to regroup, breathe, and go again. Rubini over the line, a 52.3. Ferraro, a 56.6. 4 seconds that gap between 1st and 2nd. Here's Pierre Goupion in red for 3rd. Then Trepeppi in 4th, in white on that blue Yamaha. René Hoffer, KTM Junior, Racing is in 5th. Lapucci is 6th. Facchetti 7th. Sabalis 8th. Fernandez 9. And Gilbert 10. Glenn Meyer is 11. Lorenzo Rivera 12. Kevin Horgmo, Yuri Quarti, Leon Florian. And then in 16th place we have Roman Mosdijk, Alessandro Manucci, Roman Papp, Rick Elsinger and Matteo Puccinelli. They're your top 20, but what a gift for Rubini. He was sat there in 2nd position. Maybe he forced the error for Ferraro. And it's Ferraro now who pays the price as he continues to go back after the French rider. And of course this will be for the overall, don't forget, because Ferraro and Rubini went 1-2 yesterday. If it's Rubini-Ferraro today, Rubini will take the overall, and therefore the championship gap stays the same as it was coming into this weekend, 14 points. Right, Trepepi, what can he do about 720? Pierre Goupillon as they head downhill. Those corners have been opened up a lot more overnight. The track crews have done a fantastic job clearing a lot of the slop that was there yesterday. The atmosphere always fantastic here at Trentino. You have the Italian fans on this side, you have the Slovenian fans on the opposite side, and I noticed first thing this morning the Slovenian fans had taken over the hill in the middle, but look at Ferraro wasting no time at all, getting onto the back, and a carbon copy of the pass he put on Rubini 2 laps ago. Goes down the outside, cuts to the inside, keeps it nice and smooth, and Ferraro, he has just cut that 4-second advantage in half, and then some. He crosses the line, the fastest lap of the race, a 49.1 to the 53.7 of Rubini. Came out of nowhere, and Ferraro back on top, and the fans are loving every minute of it. 16 there, Sabalis, he fell on this part of the racetrack yesterday on the opening lap, whilst well positioned, but he makes light work of Nick Lapucci on the 211, steals Dr. Jack, KTM. So Sabalis, the WZ Racing KTM rider, he picks himself up into 6th position as Ferraro tries to break free from Rubini yet again. It was on this part of the racetrack, 2 corners from here, where he made the mistake 2 laps ago. Cuts across to defend the left side of the track as he heads into this right-hander. This is where he fell. It was probably just a simple slip-off, you know. But he picks himself up, gets his head down, goes back after the lead, takes it, steals 4 seconds. There's Kevin Horgmo. Where is he? Just behind Glenn Meyer in 12th place. So Glenn Meyer, the Dane on this Yamaha, just ahead of the 24 of Horgmo. Kevin Horgmo is Norwegian, but he's following a guy from Denmark. So the fluorescent colours of Kevin Horgmo, number 24. He'd moved himself up into 6th place in the championship after race 1. Where will he leave here? He'll leave here in 7th, behind Ruben Fernandez, and Fernandez is just ahead of him in the race here. But Josh Gilbert, first sighting of the number 3 from southwest of England, Cornwall. The Bill-based Honda rider, he's about to hit the line, but look at the freight train of guys behind him, and Roman Mosdijk is one of those just off the back of this group. So Gilbert hits the line in 9th. Facchetti 10, but he leaves the door wide open here for Glenn Meyer to go through, and Facchetti losing out. Horgmo looking to go past as well, but there's the number 39 of Roman Mosdijk for FNH Racing Team on that green Kawasaki. He's done well. He's got himself up to 13th at the moment. In the first 5 laps, he was 20th as he hit the first split. Takes a move to the inside. Doesn't want to get caught following. It's a shorter route through. It's a deeper rut as well. Facchetti holds the inside at the top of the hill. Oh, and Horgmo splits the 2 Japanese machines. So Horgmo neatly finds his way past Roman Mosdijk there, who'd just passed him a moment ago. Facchetti goes wide, and I think Horgmo's going to get undone here. He does. He looks across helplessly. So Roman Mosdijk finally makes his pass stick on Kevin Horgmo. Charges down into that bottom right-hander and up on the pegs. And how did he save that? Kevin Horgmo, well, he was surfing that front end. A little risky and a lot longer than he wanted to, but the Kramer, watch this. He was on the pegs, buries the front in a deep hole. Almost gives himself whiplash. Right, Facchetti tries to stay low, but goes high. And the SDM Corsa Yamaha rider goes wide at the bottom of the hill. Will he leave the door open? Not quite. Manages to get across the Dutch rider just in time. And he will hold on to his position here, but you can sense the 39 of Roman Mostlike getting a little impatient now, but he'll make his move here at the top of the hill. Same as Maya, a lap earlier. So Ferraro leads Rubini by 3.5 seconds. Goupion is third, Tropepi 4, Rennie Hoffer is 5, Sabalis is 6, Ruben Fernandez 7, Gilbert is 8 on the Honda at the bottom of your screen in red. 9th is Nick Lapucci, 10 the blue Yamaha, the one popping up into view now, Glenn Mayer. Gianluca Facchetti is no longer in 11th because that belongs to the 39 of Roman Mostlike. So Facchetti down to 12, Horgmo 13, Leon Florian 14, Roman Papp, Rick Elsinger, Thibaut Beneston, Lorenzo Rivera, Michael Ivanov and Yuri Quarti. They are your top 20. Horgmo not too clean around there, and you know what, the guy behind him, Leon Florian, 239, is going to go through at the end of the straight here, and no, he's not. Door gets shut in his face. So the 239 on the Kinney KTM Junior Pro Team. He takes the wider line there, a lot cleaner that time around, but Facchetti getting caught here by the 24. So the Kramer Racing KTM of Kevin Horgmo goes past the Italian of Gianluca Facchetti, and Leon Florian is next to find his way past the Italian. There's your race leader, Alberto Ferraro. He's completed 7 laps here, and again sets the fastest lap of the race this time around on lap 7. 4.4 the gap between him and Rubini. Will be asking himself some serious questions when he heads back to the truck a little later on, because this Madden Racing Husqvarna and the rider on it, Alberto Ferraro, are absolutely shaking this 250 class up this year. 3 wins out of 3 so far, and looking good to making it win number 4. And at this stage, round 2, it's difficult to see where the challenge or the threat is going to come from. Right, Goupion heads to the outside. Giuseppe Tropepi goes to the inside, but you see how sluggish it is getting out of there. Still heavy to the inside in that left-hand turn. Ruts will start to dig out now as well. Back ends will be getting a little bit more active as they go up out of those short climbs. What you can't see there, midway up these hills, how much sheet rock there is just laying beneath the surface that's being glazed over with the wet mud off the rear wheels of these machines. Great atmosphere though. It's set to get even better as the day goes on. Of course, we've got MX2 and MXGP coming up a little later on today. This is the fight for 3rd place, Goupion and Tropepi. Pierre Goupion won the opening round last year in Spain at Red Sand. When he was a Kawasaki rider, he got 3rd overall at Matterley Base in Great Britain. They were the only visits to the podium for the French rider, who eventually came home 9th in the championship after winning round 1. Right, Rubini was either overtaking a back marker or Ferraro made a mistake as these two went downhill, but Tropepi squeezes up the inside of Goupion. Takes 3rd away from the French rider on that Honda. Yeah, it was a back marker ahead. just before Rubini. Trepepi goes inside. Nervous look over the shoulder. He knew he got hung up there in that turn, just like he did a lap before when he tried to make a move on Goupillon, who makes a mistake there over that little single. This was the pass. Wasn't pretty, was it? But he got the job done at the top of the hill. Not quite as much finesse as Cairoli a couple of years ago, but same part of the racetrack. And the gap has opened up immediately. So we have Ferraro leading on the Madi Racing Husqvarna. Rubini second for Honda Red Motor Asamotor. Giuseppe Trepepi now, the 220 through on the Gianelli Racing Team. Yamaha is third. And 720 here, Pierre Goupillon is in fourth. René Hoffer, the 711, is in fifth place for KTM Junior Racing. Carlos Sabalis, sixth for WZ Racing, KTM. Fernandez, 7, SDM Corsa Yamaha. Gilbert, 8, Built Base Honda. 9, Lapucci for Steele's Dr. Jack. And 10, Roman Mosdijk for FNH Racing Team. Horgmo is up to 11th now for Kramer Racing KTM. He's found his way past Glenn Mayer on his Yamaha. Thibaut Beneston, the number 98 for Yamaha Europe, MJC. He's now 13th, ahead of Leon Florian, Roman Papp and Gianluca Facchetti. Although Ilzinger has found his way past Facchetti, up into 16th. So Facchetti just dropping down the leaderboard and in danger of falling out of the points. Didn't score in race 1 yesterday, Facchetti. So far, yet to even register in the championship in the first 2 races from Matterley Basin. There's how your podium looks at the moment. Ferraro, Rubini, Trepepi. So Ferraro would win it, 2 wins. Rubini would be 2 seconds. Trepepi would be a 5th and a 3rd. So it'd be the 2nd time he's visited the podium. Of course, 3rd overall in Portugal last year. Here's Roman Mosdijk, forced to go the long way round in this uphill off camber. Not sure where they ended up. But we'll pick them up in a moment when they land on planet Earth. There's Ruben Fernandez. We'll pick him up in the meantime. But Goupillon going past Jerry Haravisto. Haravisto is a lap down. That's a shame, because Haravisto on the JK Racing Yamaha, expected a little bit more from him. 11th in race 1 yesterday, ran as high as 5th or 6th at one point. Anyway, here's Goupillon. He's got René Hoffer closing in on him. Oh! Easy, René. Slammed into the bank. Just a little too hard. Trepepi's disappeared, looking in that 3rd place. Going for his first podium, and he's tied with Goupillon at the moment. Goupillon making all kinds of mistakes as well. He's getting caught by 711, René Hoffer, in that battle for 4th place. Where is he in the fight at the moment? Watch this. This was the mistake a minute ago. Hoffer just into the bank, just a little too hard, buried it into the rut there. And here he is going after Goupillon. Nice drive around the outside, but well, I'll tell you what, he had to be on his well, no questions and no words needed there. Goupillon parked it down the inside, and that was after trying to come across René Hoffer at the top of the hill, because he saw Hoffer got the drive around the outside. Goupillon tried to close him down. Hoffer landed with the back brake on, and then he messed up in the bottom corner, lost a couple of positions in the process. So that's definitely his podium done and dusted. Sure, we'll see that again. So Sabalis goes through as well. So Goupillon in 5th then, in 6th place now. Ferraro almost 12 seconds clear of Rubini. Turning out to be a decent weekend for Mali Racing Husqvarna. Trepepi third, Hoffer 4, Sabalis 5, Goupillon goes through in 6. Fernandez 7, about 6 seconds further back. Here's Lapucci, and he's got Thibaut Beneston, number 98, Yamaha Europe MJC, breathing down his neck. So not sure what the problem was with Lapucci yesterday. Just a poor start, I think, but not really showing the kind of pace that got him on top in time training in Group 2 yesterday. And he leaves the door wide open there for Beneston to charge on through into 11th place. Lapucci won a round actually last year, didn't he, in Russia? Then he picked up a couple of injuries, missed 3 out of the next 5 or 6 rounds. Change of team as well in the off-season, so can't believe how quickly the track is drying out, although from past experiences here, that's been the norm. You get that, though, with a rocky base. Here's the Kramer KTM. Kevin Horgmo, he's in 10th place. He's got Gilbert, Josh Gilbert and Roman van der Moosdijk just ahead of him. Body language from Horgmo looks like he's all fired up with 2 or 3 minutes to go, plus those 2 laps. Sails over the uphill step onto the plateau. It's this double jump. Right, Gilbert having a good ride, rode the wheels off that Honda at Matchley Basin a couple of weeks ago. Gave him 8th overall with a 9th and a 10th, but Roman van der Moosdijk around the outside at turn 2, not able to make the pass stick. Gilbert knows he's there now, though. This outside line has been working well, but he's got to go wide and cut back again just to even have any influence. Gilbert. Gilbert takes a tight line, doesn't get the drive, and van der Moosdijk on that Kawasaki out-drags the Honda. So moves up into 8th place. Where is? Just looking for him on our timing screen, actually. Roman van der Moosdijk. Just got a transponder issue, I think, but he's definitely there ahead of these 2. So Gilbert now an attack from the 24 of Kevin Horgmo. Horgmo dives down the inside. Ferraro leads, Rubini 2nd, Trepepi 3rd, Hoffer 4, Sabalis 5, Goupillon 6, Fernandez 7. Van der Moosdijk should be 8. 9 should be Gilbert. 10, Horgmo. As Beneston charges around the outside, bottom of the hill. Fantastic ride from the young French rider. Definitely found his sack, hasn't he, halfway through the second race, because definitely letting it all hang out. Cuts to the inside, going after Gilbert now. Here's your race leader, Ferraro. Had an 11-second advantage a moment ago. This is up into Kaironis as he almost finds a handlebar into the groin. Lives to find another day. Ridden immaculately though, hasn't he? But that one little mistake at the bottom of the first uphill. Alberto Ferraro has been in complete control. Might not have been fastest yesterday in the training sessions, but you know what? When the gates drop and the points are on the table, this guy so far is picked up 75 from the first 3 races, and it looks like he's going to make it 100% record at the end of this second round. 100 points will be bang on the table. Looks across. And it's amazing what the Maddie corner have done with this rider during the winter, because whatever it is, it's worked. 2 laps to go. EMX 250 race 2 here at Trentino. Pietro Murata, second round of the 250cc European Championship. 4 strokes, of course. 14 seconds clear of Rubini. Rubini got caught and passed. Ferraro then fell. Needed to make up a 4-second gap. And he did that within the space of a lap. Took Rubini in exactly the same place where he lost the lead previously. Nicely done there, pre-jumping downhill, Stefan. And since then, Rubini has been left wanting. He has 10 seconds over Tropepi in third. And then we've got René Hofer in 4th, Sabalis 5, Goupillon is 6th, Fernandez 7, Van der Moosdijk 8, Beniston 9, Gilbert 10. Here is Rubini, the Honda Red Motor Asamoto rider. Launches his way into that little double at the end of the straight there. Here's Tropepi. So the Giardinelli Racing Yamaha rider in third, on course for his first podium of the year and his first since Portugal round 2 last year. What was an 11-round series. Just 8 rounds this year in 2019 for the EMX 250 boys. Ferraro drops downhill, the race leader, 3:03. Maddie Racing Husqvarna rider. Another long look just to make sure nothing's going on behind him that could interfere with his mindset. 1 lap board goes out, just checks it as well as he goes past just to make sure that it is a 1 lap board. This is the gap to Rubini. Rubini just coming through the final corner now. Fans are packed in here ahead of the main show. Here's Tropepi, he's in third place. The Giardinelli Racing Yamaha rider. Solid weekend for him. Philip Olsen just moves out of the way. Yeah, not used to seeing Olsen down there. But Tropepi, 5th and a 3rd, is going to be good enough to get him on the podium. Well, that move him actually into the championship. 8th place he will climb to. Where was he at the start of the weekend? 15th. Didn't score in race 1 at Matterley, got a 6th place finish in race 2. Rivo Danker's just taken a wide line there to make sure he doesn't interfere with play on the Hutton Metals Yamaha. His first year in EMX 250 competition, of course. Won his final ever 125 European round on home soil in Assen last year. Moving on up to the slightly bigger bikes, bit heavier, bit more power, bit more fitness required. But a stand-up wheelie there from the 303 of Alberto Ferraro. He won't need any blue diamonds tonight. He hits the line. Another lazy knack-knack for him. And the Maddie Racing Husqvarna rider takes 2 wins out of 2 here at Trentino. And he has 100 points on the table. They will extend his lead over Rubini by another 3, 6 in total. That gap will be 20 points as we head to Mantova, the next, France for these guys actually at Saint-Jean in around 6 or 7 weeks' time. But Giuseppe Tropepi, he takes 3rd in the race and 3rd overall. Not sure if he knows that yet. René Hofer was all over the back of him, and so too, not far behind, Carlos Sabalis, who comes home in 5th. And that was a good result from Sabalis. Goupillon over the line in 6th place. Then we wait for the rest. There's Fernandez going through in 7th. Then Roman Mosdijk edging out Beniston. So Beniston came from about 18th place to get himself to 8th or 9th at the flag. So a good ride for the 125 European champion from last year, Thibaut Beniston, and Yamaha Europe MJC. Give me the rundown in just a moment, but we will get ready to speak to our overall winner. Of course, he's been 2 out of 2. Here he is, Alberto Ferrato, Maddie Racing Husqvarna. Here he is with Lisa Leyland. Let's hear what Lisa has to say, and more importantly, Alberto Ferrato. Whenever you're ready, Albert. Anyway, here he is, getting ready to speak to Lisa.
Alberto Ferrato, congratulations. You are totally dominating this class. Another 2 out of 2 wins in front of your home crowd. It doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, it's amazing. Winning like this, first and first, at the home GP is nice, for sure. This motor was... I started better than yesterday, but then I pass first, and then I crash. I go too fast into the corner, then I make a crash, and then I say, oh, you're okay, you have to push now, eh? But then, yeah, I enjoy the track, and yeah, I'm happy, quite. Yeah.
Fantastic weekend for you.
Alberto Ferrato wins it comfortably then, just like he did race 1 yesterday. From the same guy, Stefan Rubini, 14.5 seconds clear of the French rider, but more importantly, is yet to be defeated in 2019. 2 wins at Matterley, 2 wins here in Italy. He will stand proudly on the top step of the podium, and we'll see one of the Maddie boys on the podium as well this weekend, because obviously they are a winning team. But congratulations to Alberto Ferrato and Maddie Racing Husqvarna. Ferrato wins race 2 then. Stefan Rubini 2nd, Giuseppe Tropepi 3rd, René Hofer, Carlos Sabalis, Pierre Goupillon and Ruben Fernandez, with Roman Mosdijk 8th, Thibaut Beniston, Kevin Horgmo, Josh Gilbert, Nick Lapucci, Roman Papp, Michael Ivanov, Leon Florian, Rick Elsinger. And then we had Lorenzo Rivera, Gianluca Facchetti, Andrea Adamo and Matteo Puccinelli. Championship, classification for the weekend. Ferrato, 50, 2 wins, 2 seconds for Rubini, a 5th and a 3rd for Tropepi. That's your podium. Goupillon 4th overall. René Hofer was 5th, tied with Kevin Horgmo. And in terms of the championship, of course, no change there. Alberto Ferrato extending his lead at the top of the championship. Rubini stays 2nd. Roman Mosdijk drops a position because Goupillon up to 3rd. And Mosdijk 4th. René Hofer up to 5th now. Josh Gilbert 10th overall. The manufacturers, of course, Husqvarna have won every single race, so 25 points per win, per moto. The music pumping, the atmosphere starting to build, track conditions improving all the time here. Fabulous location. Let's take a look at the podium here, though. And Giuseppe Tropepi, the Giudinelli Racing Yamaha rider, stands on the 3rd step of the podium. 2nd overall, Stefan Rubini, Honda Red Motor, Assa Motor, Italian team, but a French rider on it. Alberto Ferrato wins here at the European 250 round of Trentino at Pietro Marata. He goes 1-1 for Maddie Racing Husqvarna, and Marco Maddi, the team manager for that team, of course, ex-rider, son of the great Corrado Maddi as well. He stands proudly stage right of the podium. But some fantastic trophies here this weekend. And Luca Franzinelli, the MCA Vice President, handing the third-place trophy to Giuseppe Tropepi. And Stefan Rubini takes the second-place trophy and holds it aloft. Courtesy of Giovanni Coppioli, the FMI president. But Alberto Ferrato, what a fantastic time he's having in EMX 250 at the moment, as he takes another piece of silverware home. This time it's from his home round. And Martin de Graaf, the acting FIM Europe president, delivers him, yeah, flex your muscles. Trophy's almost bigger than Lisa Leyland. Fabiano Bertotti, the MCA track manager, handing the team trophy to Marco Madi. And the red plate being swiftly delivered, as always, by Eddie Hurd, the FIM Europe Motocross Commission president. Trophy's up, red plate's up. The flags are up as well. And all we need to do now is listen to the Italian national anthem, this time for Alberto Ferrato. Alberto Ferrato on the top step of the podium then for Medi Racing Husqvarna here in Italy at Trentino. Stefan Rubini second overall for Honda Red Motor, Aston Motor, and third for Giordinelli Racing Yamaha, Giuseppe Tropepi. We'll let them enjoy their moment on the podium. We'll watch the best moments from EMX 250 Race 2. And when we return, it will be with Auntie Susie, Lisa Leyland.
Alberto Ferrato, massive congratulations. In front of your home fans, it doesn't get much better than that. You've extended that championship lead, but you did make it hard for yourself in that second race.
Yeah, it's amazing win in front of my public, so it's so nice. I have all my family's here, a lot of fans, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, it was a good weekend. I try to do like this all the weekend.
Huge congratulations, thank you. Second overall today we have Stefan Rubini. Stefan, bittersweet. I mean, you're getting those starts, you're out in front, but Ferrato really isn't making it easy for you. You can't hold on to those leads when he's around at the moment.
Yeah, I take a really good start, but yeah, Ferrato was really fast. He take risk, but yeah, he was fast, so it was difficult for me to follow him. But anyway, happy to finish second, some really positive points. I took two quick starts, so yeah, happy again.
Great job this weekend, thank you. Third overall today we have Giuseppe Tropepi. Giuseppe, a fifth and a third, a solid weekend for you to get your first podium of the year.
Yeah, I'm really happy today. I do two good starts in the race. I have good speed and constant straight. I'm happy because the first race I crashed in the first lap and I I have pain in my ankle, but I'm happy.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Giuseppe Tropepi then, third overall for Giordinelli Racing Team Yamaha. Sporting a few stitches in the chin as well, so I wonder if he's smashed a handlebar at some stage during the weekend. But anyway, first podium visit for him since Portugal round 2 last year. Stefan Rubini, Honda Red Motor Asimoto getting the starts, but just finding it difficult to keep Alberto Ferraro at bay at the moment. Will he have any luck in France? Round 3, that's his next round, that's this guy's next round as well. But Alberto Ferraro, 4 out of 4, 100 points. He has the 100% record going into round 3 in France, but more importantly, he won here in Italy on home soil. He would have had a lot of people coming out to support him this weekend. He did not disappoint, and he continues to lead after 2 rounds in EMX 250. We'll see these guys again in about 6 weeks' time when we head to Saint-Jean-d'Angely in France. Right, we're going to return to MXGPTV.com in about 50 minutes' time. Top of the hour at 1 o'clock for MX2 Race 1. We'll see you then.